Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. In this video, we are going to look at the best credit card offers on the market, giving you a 0% interest rate on your new purchases with the card. We're going to look at 15 cards that are giving you at least 15 months to pay off the card without there being any interest. So if you want to revolve a balance from 1 month to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next, you can do so without paying any interest. These cards are good if you are someone that maybe is making a large purchase and you want to be able to string out your payments without having to pay any interest, or maybe if you have a high interest balance already on a different card and you want to get a new card that has a 0% rate, you put your new purchases on the new card while you pay off that old card. And then you turn your attention back to that new card and hopefully save yourself a lot on interest. So a lot of the cards that we are going to look at in this video are listed on the Proud Money site on the 0% APR page. There's a link below and in the first comment as well. So if you want to use our links to get your 0%, we obviously would appreciate that, but no pressure. So let's get started. So we're going to start with 7 cards offering 0% interest on your purchases for 15 months, or sometimes I'll say 15 billing cycles. There are cards that are going to offer you 0% for even a little bit longer than 15 months, but we're going to start with these because these are good keeper cards that are going to offer you some pretty good rewards even beyond the 0% offer on the card, where when you get into some of the longer 0% offers, they aren't necessarily reward cards, and after you use that sort of 0% offer, there's not a whole lot more going on. So we're going to start with these, but we will talk about the others as well. First up is the Blue Cash Everyday from American Express. No annual fee, 0% interest on purchases for up to 15 months. In terms of everyday rewards, you're getting 3% cash back on US supermarket purchases, 3% back on online retail purchases, which is a category that you don't see on too many credit cards, 3% back on gas station purchases, 1% back on everything else. Note that there is a $6,000 yearly cap in those 3% categories individually. So if you went over $6,000 in any one of those categories, then you would get a 1% reward beyond that, but that's a pretty high cap for each of those categories. So for most people, that's probably not a problem. There is a bonus opportunity for new card holders with the Blue Cash Everyday as well, which may vary depending on when you are watching this video. But overall, a nice everyday card giving you enhanced rewards in categories where you're probably doing a good amount of spending. Next up, Chase Freedom Unlimited. No annual fee, 0% for up to 15 months on those new purchases. In terms of your everyday rewards on this card, you're getting 3% cash back on dining. You're getting 3% cash back on drugstore purchases. You get 5% back if you book travel through Chase Travel, the booking engine that Chase runs. And then you get 1.5% cash back on all other purchases with the card. So a nice base there on all of your purchases. There will be a bonus opportunity on this card, which will vary depending on where and when you actually get the card. So another nice everyday card that is going to cover a lot of your different purchases and give you a bit of an enhanced reward. Next up, the Capital One Saver One card, no annual fees, 0% on those new purchases again for 15 months. In terms of everyday rewards, you're going to get 3% cash back on dining, 3% back on entertainment purchases, 3% back at grocery stores, 3% back on most streaming services, 1% back on everything else. This card also has a bonus opportunity for new card holders. It could change, but for a long time it has been a $200 bonus that you can potentially get as a new card holder if you meet the minimum spend requirement, which I believe is either $500 or $1,000 as I make this video. But anyway, another good all-around card where you're going to get enhanced rewards on a lot of the everyday purchases that you make, and of course that 0% offer on your new purchases for 15 months. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card is a good everyday card that has no annual fee and gives you a 0% interest rate on your new purchases for up to 15 months. In terms of its everyday rewards, you're going to get 2% cash back on everything that you buy with the card. No categories to consider. It's just 2% everywhere. So nice and simple to understand. You will have a bonus opportunity with this card as well. So another good everyday card. These next three cards also offer 0% for 15 months. I don't think of them as necessarily first out of my wallet because of what the ongoing rewards are, but they have a good 0% offer and they are good cards. First off, the City Custom Cash, no annual fee, 0% for 15 months on those new purchases. You're gonna get 5% cash back in the category where you spend the most each billing cycle, and there are predetermined categories where you might get that 5%, like gas, groceries, dining, etc. So wherever you spend the most, you're going to get 5% cash back. All your other purchases only going to get you 1% cash back. There is a bonus opportunity for new card holders on this card. Again, depending on when you get it, it may vary, but a nice card that I think of as complementary maybe to those first cards that we talked about. The US Bank Cash Plus card, no annual fee, 0% for 15 billing cycles. In terms of everyday rewards, you are going to get 5% cash back in two categories that you get to choose from a predetermined list. You are going to get 2% cash back on one everyday category, and then 1% back on everything else. You are going to have a new cardholder bonus opportunity on this one as well. So again, a nice way for you to sort of get a complimentary 5% on a couple categories and maybe have this card in combination with others. The Chase Freedom Flex is sort of the sister card to the Chase Freedom Unlimited that we already talked about. This one's got no annual fee, 0% for 15 months. In terms of everyday rewards, you're getting 5% cash back in certain purchasing categories that change each calendar quarter. So you've got this sort of 5% that you have to keep on top of a little bit, but it is a nice reward to get. And oftentimes those are going to be everyday categories like dining, gas, etc. You also are going to get 3% cash back on dining all the time. You're going to get 3% back on drugstore purchases. You're going to get 1% back on everything else. And then again, there will be a bonus opportunity for new cardholders, which may vary depending on when and where you see the offer. So like I said, those 7 cards that I just talked about all are going to give you a nice 0% offer on your new purchases, and they're going to give you something more in terms of rewards that would make them keeper cards for the long term. Now, the next 2 cards I'm going to talk about are going to give you 0% on your new purchases for 21 months, so significantly more than the 15-month offers. However, they are not going to give you any rewards. So these really are cards that you're sort of using for the 0% offer, and they don't have a whole lot more going on after that, although you could continue to use them at their regular interest rate. So anyway, those 0% for 21-month offers come from US Bank, the US Bank Platinum card, and then also Wells Fargo has the Reflect card offering 0% for 21 months. So those 9 cards I've talked about already are what I would consider to be the strongest offers on the market. I'm going to mention 6 more cards that also have strong offers, but I have them a little sort of a tier down from those other cards for various reasons. First off, Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards card, no annual fee, 0% for 15 months on your new purchases. In terms of rewards, you're going to get 3% cash back in one category that you choose from a list of predetermined categories. You're going to get 2% back on your grocery and wholesale club purchases, 1% back on everything else. There will be a bonus opportunity on this card. Not a bad card at all, and if you happen to have a lot of money with Bank of America and are part of their preferred rewards program, this card would actually be higher on the list. Capital One Quicksilver Rewards, no annual fee, 0% on your new purchases for 15 months. In terms of rewards, you're getting 1.5% cash back on all of your purchases across the board, regardless of the purchasing category. You will have a new cardholder bonus on this card. The 1.5% reward, not quite as good as some of the other cards we have talked about, but this card may be a little easier to qualify for than some of the other cards depending on your credit history, your credit score, all that stuff. The Discover It card, 0% for 15 months on those new purchases, no annual fee. Kind of similar to the Chase Freedom Flex, but not giving you quite as much. You have 5% cashback rotating categories that are going to change each calendar quarter. Again, oftentimes those are going to be your everyday purchases, like they might be groceries or gas or a lot of other things as well. But every 3 months they're going to change, so you have to kind of keep on top of those 5% categories. All other purchases going to get you 1% with this card. The City Rewards Plus card, 0% for 15 months on those new purchases, no annual fee. This is a card that some people like better than I do. I think the everyday rewards are only okay on this card. Oftentimes people will get it in combination with other City cards because you can combine points and get a little extra by having this card. I don't know if that's a reason to get it because it's not a whole lot better, but still a decent card and a good 0% offer. And then 2 cards giving you 0% for 18 months, a little bit longer than the 0% for 15 that we're seeing on most of these cards. But again, these are cards that don't have any rewards beyond this 0% offer. So they're not necessarily keeper cards. So 0% for 18 months on the Bank America card from Bank of America, and then also 0% for 18 months on the Chase Slate Edge. Now, the only danger with these 0% cards is that you're going to forget how long it has been since you got the card and how much longer that 0% offer is good for. And depending on your credit history, the everyday interest rate might not be great. So you definitely do want to make sure you have them paid off in full by the time that 0% offer is over. Questions, comments, put them in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews and we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment or go check out the website, the next video you're going to want to check out is right there.